As a matter of fact, it's a total shutdown in Nigeria as NLC embark on a strike. This is day 2 of the strike action. And of course, so many things have been going on. It is a complete shutdown of economic activities too, including the judiciary. My name is Ramsey Enoch, and it is another wonderful time again on Review. Let's take you through what is happening as far as this strike is concerned. And joining me on the conversation today is Barrister Nneka Uchendu. Good day, Barrister.
Good morning.
It's good to have you today.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Well, the strike action, a lot of activities are being granted, including the judiciary. And we're being made to understand that there is some form of disagreement between the lawyers, because some are saying the strike is legal and others are disagreeing. So some are aligning with the strike action and the legality of the strike action, while others are saying they are not aligning. What about you? Where do you belong? Are you aligning, or you are not aligning, or you are disagreeing with the strike action that it is not legal?
Interesting. I actually have a matter today, and I have actually been looking forward to having that matter concluded, but then this issue of the strike, one cannot take away the fact that this strike is very, very essential. So from my response, you can see that I'm already aligning with those who believe that the strike action should be done. I think it's legal. I think it's legal that this strike is happening. Over time, over the years, we've already learned that we all know, rather, that organized strikes by labor, by the Labour Party, or by an institution or a body, is an avenue through which they can channel their grievances or complaints or demands, to the government. It's a form of protest. So is this strike legal? Yes, it is. And I think NLC, they've already shown their hand from the very beginning by first of all embarking on a warning strike. That would have availed the government an opportunity to, reach out to them and settle whatever it is and meet them halfway. And after that, there was a notice of this big strike issued. It was issued that there's going to be a strike, and government did not do anything about it. So it's not out of place that they have already embarked on the strike. Is the strike action good? Yes, if it's going to achieve the aim for which it has been set out for. So now the issue we all know is that there's this issue of the review in the minimum wage. The minimum wage since 2019, if I'm not mistaken, had been 30,000. And in the face of the harsh economic realities that everybody is seeing here in Nigeria, do we expect that the minimum wage should continue to be 30,000? No. So it's actually not out of place for them to be embarking on the strike. And ever since, why I think for me, it's also the fact that the government is not being sincere. For me, I think government is not being sincere, because how do you explain that those in the legislative arm of government are earning stupendously from Nigeria? And if we're going to be placing them and ranking, I think for the average civil servant or the public servant, the most, apart from being a PAMSEC, is being a director. So I want to also tie or pair our legislators, on that cadre of a director. Directors are not earning 1/10 of what those in the National Assembly are earning. They are not earning what our legislators are earning. Why should the legislators be earning this much when we know that Nigeria is in a bleeding state? Nigeria is bleeding. And then if government is to be sincere, they are supposed to start from the legislators. Cut down their earnings. It's ridiculous that these people earn as much as 7 million naira every month for maybe vehicular maintenance or something. It's everywhere all over social media. I'm not too sure I have the accurate figure, but you will see that the money they even get, apart from the basic salary, is way out of line. What do you need 7 million naira for every month?
Okay, let me take you back to where you said you were even supposed to have a case today, a session in the court. this strike action as it is right now, that case is not being handled. So how does this affect you, or how does it affect the case? Because as a matter of fact, different courts in Nigeria were supposed to sit during this period, but they are not sitting, and these cases will be adjourned. And as a matter of fact, we have so many cases piled up, and we'll still have more being piled up. Does this have a way of affecting the judiciary? Let's just get to know from you, because you're a barrister.
Of course, it would affect the judiciary. It will not just affect the judiciary, it's going to also affect litigants. It's also going to affect maybe people who are okay. So in criminal proceedings, there is this, we usually would call them before accused, people who are waiting trial.
Okay.
But they are no longer called accused anyway, they are defendants now. So people who are waiting trials, people who need to be granted bail and things like that, yes, it's going to definitely have its own toll on the judiciary. That's the truth. Nobody is working. I'm not in court, like I said earlier. I was expecting that our matter would go on today and we'll just, put to rest this matter and all that. But it's, of course, this is where we found ourselves in. But, anything for, I believe that anything for the people who are helping governments, anything to help them get what they are looking for. So if this strike is going to help them, help their complaints be heard in the first place, I think it's justified. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. We understand that. Yes, some things will be slowed down. Nothing is happening. Nothing is actually happening. Absolutely nothing. In fact, at the Federal High Court yesterday, the gates were locked. Nothing happening.
Even the National Assembly was shut down.
Everything is shut down. It's a total shutdown.
NNPC Tower was also been shut down. All right, finally, before I let you go, there is this saying, anytime I meet any barrister, I ask them this question, when they said the judiciary is the last hope of the common man. But then recently, so many things happen, and a lot of people are saying, well, there is a lot of compromise in the judicial system. I don't know if you have anything. I'm putting you in a tight corner, as a matter of fact. But then, what would you have to say to Nigerians as it is? Because hearing from a barrister like this, people who don't know what to do when they have cases, in as much as they believe that the judiciary is the last hope of the common man. What would you advise Nigerians as it has to do with maybe, because a lot of people take laws into their hands? What would you have to say? What is your encouragement to Nigerians in a time like this? You said something that Nigeria is bleeding. And it is very true, because so many things happening with this administration, and it's part of the reason why this strike action is going on. So what would you want to say to Nigerians in form of an advice for people who go into crime because they feel they are being pushed to the wall and all of that, from the side of the law, as a custodian of the law? What would you have to say?
Okay. So the question is
your advice to Nigerians.
What's my advice
because
to
Nigerians believe that the judiciary is their last hope. So hearing from you as a barrister, they will feel, well, a barrister just told us. Did you watch that program when a barrister said, oh, you should do this despite the situation,
Yes, the judiciary is still the last hope for the common man. As one who has practiced for over a decade, I have seen that, yes, justice is also always, almost every day served. People come to court. It may not be as fast as we want. It may not be as swift as we want, but justice is often always served. Now, the fact that things may be slow or that the nation is the way it is does not mean we should take laws into our hands. And that is the truth. We don't have any, it's not an excuse. You cannot even excuse taking the law into your hand at all. So what needs to be done? If you're aggrieved and you don't have the opportunity to settle amicably and you think you need to approach the court, why not? Approach the court, you'll get justice.
Is it affordable?
Of course, justice is affordable. Yeah, now what you may always have at the back of your mind is the fact that it may take some time, but it is affordable.
What about the lawyer? If you don't to get a lawyer, is it affordable? Because Nigerians, some persons will tell you, "Hey, I don't have money. I have a case. I can get a lawyer for my case and all of that." Are lawyers affordable?
There are institutions that allow lawyers give pro bono services.
Wow.
Here,
Nigerians,
yes.
I believe you can hear that. This is one of the things Oweleke give out. Free information. A lot of people don't know that.
Yes,
so when you say, what did you call it
institutions.
again?
I said there are institutions you can approach that gives pro bono services to
So
lawyers.
what's a pro bono service? That's on a final note now.
Okay, it's basically a free of charge service. You approach this organization, they undertake to take responsibility for the bill of the lawyer. So you don't necessarily have to pay for a lawyer to handle your case or to represent you in court. So that's basically how the pro bono service works.
But apart from the
And
pro
then
bono
there are
services,
some
are
other-
lawyers affordable?
And then there are also some other lawyers that would undertake to handle matters free of charge.
Wow.
You know, it's
In this
happened
country?
In this country,
Wow.
yes.
A lot of people don't know this. I believe you can hear this. These are the basic informations that we dish out on this channel. So go on. I'm enjoying what you're saying.
Okay, so yes, of course, even though the lawyer has to be paid or needs to be paid, but a number of firms in Nigeria, they do handle pro bono services. You know, they give out free consultation, and I think most lawyers are even doing it. You know, it's only in Nigeria you can pick up your phone to say, barrister, I get one question when I want to ask you. What do you think about this? My landlord wants to send me free consultation. So a lot of people don't even see that as pro bono service. Ordinarily, in some climes, you cannot even access a lawyer to give you such kind of free consultation without being paid. But here in Nigeria, basically almost 90 or 95% of lawyers, you can actually read them. Oh, there is this land in our family house that we are fighting over. What do you think we should do? That's part of it, you know.
So you've had such calls before?
Oh, many lawyers. I'm sure all the lawyers
Including
in Nigeria.
you?
Of course I have. And I'm sure many lawyers too in Nigeria have experienced that. We dish out advice and we give free consultation.
Wow.
We listen to people, which is part of what our own way of contributing into the society. Because if we are to ask people to start paying for every free consultation, I'm not sure a lot of people will be able to do that.
Thank you, Barrister Nneka. Well, that's so good. This information is vital. We hope to have you some other time again. Thank you so much for taking out time to be part of today's review. Hope to have you some other time again.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
All right, this is going to be the size of the review for this morning. You've heard a lot of information that have gone out, and she said, despite the disagreement between lawyers, she is aligning with the fact that this strike is long overdue. And of course, pro bono services is in existence. If you don't know, just get to a lawyer, get to where you can get all of this. And of course, you will have access to it. Thank you very much. And this is going to be the size of the review for today. We'll come on your way again, same time, same station tomorrow. My name is Ramsey Enoch. Bye-bye for now.